Streamaroonie cache clearing moment. And then I just gotta let some people know I'm on. Whoops. We don't want that on stream. Go away. Personal conversations for the stream. Here we go. Okay. Last little bit I got to do is some housekeeping on YouTube. So give me just a second here. I wonder if there's a way to... Can I get rid of this hide player? There we go. There we go. Now I can refresh, and I don't have to have that on the stream. That's nice. Excellent. Okay. And just taking care of YouTube. It's a little picky every time I try and do this stuff. It gets a little cranky. So I have to do some housekeeping on it every single time. But that's the way we have the archive of the streams. Otherwise, if we do it all on Twitch, Twitch says, thank you very much, and then deletes them after like 15 days or something. So, yeah, it is what it is. Delete. Now, here we go. Yeah, so we're going to be doing right now instanced tile sprites are missing the setup and config. So there's a few little bits, odds and ends that we're going to have to get worked out. Oops, there's some Twitter stuff. Okay, so let's get ready to rumble. I was thinking about this a little bit about what's a good way to do this, because I'm actually going to be repeating quite a bit of code, and I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that if I do that, when I call it from different things, that we that basically that we're not doing that. That if I update it in one spot, right? And then it's, you know, if I have a bug, I'm going to have it in more than one place, and I'm not going to start having weird separations of issues and things that I forget to track. Because one thing for sure is when you're doing this stuff, you don't want to be your own worst enemy. So here's what we're doing. So chat going, chat's going. Okay. So we're going to take this code here and we're going to turn it into its own class. Now I believe we've got these singletons. Yeah, we can do singletons. And the references. Can I do this with just a reference? So a reference I can do, you can do a reference and you can return things, but you just can't set variables inside of itself. So can I, jeez, it sounds like someone's breaking in behind me. It's my wife. And I got the peanut gallery behind me talking. What now? What's up?
My headphone cord is broken.
Your headphone cord?
No, the hole where it plugs in.
How do you know it's broken?
Because it won't plug in.
Well, maybe it's the type of headphone. I'll be right back. Ugh.
Like pops back out.
You're gonna have to get a USB to headphone. Or you can sync your Bluetooth headphones to a computer.
I'll have to open it.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Some lady needed help. Oh, there's some. Look at that little notification. I got to pull some stuff down. Uh-oh, and it's mad about something. Mad about you. Let's see. Let's pull. That means Darren's been doing something. Show command output. Where's the command output? Hello? Yeah, these are all... we can ignore all this. Hello? Pull. Open get log. Here we go. Default test. The local changes will be overwritten. That's great. That's fine. Let's get rid of these. Discard. And pull again. There we go. Now we're good. Okay, so we've got his changes down. Hey, Dominic, how's it going, man? So I think you missed a stream when I got this going. And I cussed in excitement. I promised myself I wouldn't do that. But I was extremely excited to have that going. I'll just show you really quick. When you put down the tile, it creates the scene. It adds the sprite to the scene tree. Exactly as if the way I was pulling it from the tile map originally and instancing it on load. So now we have it inside the scene tree, and in theory we can pull certain things and whatnot. I am experiencing some weirdness with doing it this way, so I've got to stage some things properly. It took me 2 streams to figure it all out. 1 stream to get it going, and then the second stream to beat my head against the wall long enough to realize what I was trying to do just wasn't going to work out. Yeah, so when the code that does this is right here. We load the script that we're going to associate to the scene, and then we preload the pack scene right here, and then we instance it, and then we assign all this stuff here, and we set the script. Now, if we try to do this when we add the child, everything I've read, it implied that when you add child is when the init and the readies happen, but it really happens once you instantiate, and you have to set the script after you instantiate, which is the problem that I was experiencing, because then all these ready functions don't fire. And then I was like, okay, well then I can just fire a function after I set the script. Nope. Apparently you can't talk to script functions for some reason. I don't quite understand why. I'm guessing that I have to set up the script type here to be like an editor thing. Mayhaps, not entirely sure. And there's some other little side weirdnesses. So anyways, to get around that problem, I'm going to stage all of this for the object that I normally do on ready here in its own little function. And I have to do it in a way where I can call it in this as well as on the tile map, so that I'm not repeating the same code, because that would be redundant. Well, and I don't even know really that I might need 2 functions. I guess just to test the idea, what I'll do is we'll go here and we'll just say func set texture, just for fun. And then we're going to say object that we're passing to it. And then we're going to go, or no, set position. No, we can't do that. Set object position. Just as a quick test, we're going to go blip, and then we'll go set object position, and then we'll say object, and we are going to return void, because we're not returning anything when we do this. And then we close this out again, And if it doesn't work, the texture is going to pop up right here at 0, 0 because it won't be set properly. Hey, it works. Okay, so sweet. So all of this stuff then, perhaps I can do separately. Okay, well, and then we have all this junk too. So we'll call this setup sprite. Okay. And then doesn't really matter where I first write it. Now, if we pass the object, it will have a name. We've set it here. So this would still work. Except that this is an example of, because this stuff isn't happening on instance, it's like these values don't exist. Here's the other thing that I was trying to figure out. So if I set this as a tool and then I export like cell, okay? And then I go and close. Let's save and close, reopen. And we'll get rid of that. And we'll pop that in. Oh, see? I done and broke it. Cell isn't declared in this current scope. So 47. Cell. Object map to world cell. Ew, I see. Cell equals blah. And then we go blah, like that. Var, and then we say object dot name blah. Then let's close. Don't save. Reopen. Another resource is loaded from path. There it is. Hey, there's cell. Metal Gear. So that's good. That was something I was worried about. And sweet. So let's save this. Close and reopen. Go back. And it's gone now. Okay. Okay, so so yeah, we can expose the variables, which is something we wanted to be able to do, because then we can have, when we pop these guys in based off of the script we associate with the cell ID, then we can have those exposed variables, and those can be the things where we're doing like warp locations for, say, oh, no problem. Warp locations for other, like if there's a pad or we want to reverse certain things. So that works. Okay, so let's take the rest of this. Take these broken vars. And we just need to whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, there's something called tile set. We need to. We don't even need to do that. We just go tile set, tile set, tile set, Tile set, tile set, tile set. Okay. And set the rest of these. Tile map we don't need because that's self. Right? So there's our position thing that we did up here. We can get rid of that. Okay. I think that's good. The only problem is this is flipped and get cell rotation. And those are both in here. So we need to copy these over and do some finessing. Rubber and scene. Tile map. We don't need that. That's self, 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 and same with this. So all we need to do is pass something called cell into these. Oh, you hear my tummy? Man, that is a grouchy tummy right there. Okay, so that should do it. What is this cyclical resource it keeps talking about? 51 cell ID, tile map 51 cell ID. Oh. Take these broken vars. Cell ID. Here we go. Oh, there it is again. Oh, that is official dad noises. I have reached that age where I make dad noises now, just automatically. Take. Region rect isn't declared in the current skirp. Tile set. Tile get. Tile region. Object region rect. It's because it doesn't know it's a sprite. Region rect. Tile get region. Is it smart enough to know? You know what? I'm going to ignore that. Let's just ignore that. Oh, no. Apparently we can't. Can we do that? Okay. Well, then let's get rid of region rect. Just for now. Take these broken bars. I got rid of it. What's it mad about? Oh, it's 61. Yeah, that's what's going on right now. That was my tummy. It's processing some food right now. It's like, well, we got to move this over here. There's that. I've seen a scene of Family Guy where he's sitting and he's doing all the dad noises. Region rect isn't declared. It's commented out, man. Stop complaining about it. What is your problem? Oh, am I on the wrong? Oh, I was on the wrong. No, I'm not on the wrong. What? Entities tile map 60. Okay. Sometimes it just like wigs out when you're working on the. So I'm just going to close this and reopen. Take these broken. All right. There we go. And what do we got on the output? Parse. Same thing. What are we talking about? Ground entities tile map. Ground entities tile map. line 61. Oh, it's right here. Oh. So if I had commented it out. Oh, it's object.region. That's what it's complaining about. There we go. And there's that cyclical inclusion. Not sure why. Let's clear this out. See if. Okay, so it's not happening on anymore. Okay, so we'll pop it out. There it is. Now let's try a rotation, and the sprite should be rotated as well, and it is. So here was the other one little extra little bug. I was like, oh, this is going to be a problem, because I thought that I was going to need to go back and forth, like as I pasted the nodes in on this tile map. I was going to have to make it invisible and then redo it and so on again and again and again. It's like, oh, man, that's going to be a pain in the butt. But, however, mayhaps. But the good news is that I can go down here and I can just set the alpha all the way down. Now, we just need to make sure that, so if I do that, I get the benefits of seeing all this and popping it out. Oh, that was oh no, that was a paint. Why didn't we get a new? So there's the new one. And the cool thing is it's still there. And so now if I go here, I can pop and click the sprite. Boom. That's what we want. So there's a little extra things I got to do here where I've got to get away. I've got to run away. No. What I need to do is and I think I could even set it up where when you paint something, if I was feeling it, I could set it up where if you paint something, the that it automatically selects the sprite instantly. Like it would take the newly added node and then just select it. And so, I mean, the only problem with that is that if you wanted to paint multiple things, then you'd have to be clicking back to the tile map. So that might not be the best way to do it. Like if we did this, see, we can create them all. See how they're all popping in real quick. That's dope. Because this would be a pain in the butt otherwise. There's a couple other things I'd like to be able to do. Like, but I mean, there's really no difference to be able to just go like this, right? So, and then we can select a bunch of them if we want to get rid of them. Looks like for some reason you got to click outside of the, I don't know why it's so picky about where you click, but it does seem to be a little, you got to do like the corners. I'm not quite sure why. So yeah, we can highlight all these. And then the cool thing is, you know what I realized? I'm realizing it right now. We don't need to do this ready nonsense because we're doing all that. Oh, the one thing we need to check though is the collisions. So let's save, and we'll pop a new one in, and then let's go to the scene. Whoops, not the script. Okay, so the these guys aren't happening. And it's got to be because I'm dealing with a pack scene. But when I create these are not showing up in the pack scene. These are a new area 2D and a collision shape 2D. So if I created an area 2D for it, and then I added that collision shape 2D inside of it, and then we go and we say, okay, what is going on with this red line here? What is that? Transform. Nothing weird on the transform. What the hell? What is this? Why is it? What? What is that? What is the red line? You don't have to put on a red line. Put on a red line. What is this? What is this red line? Where did this come from? Okay, let's show rulers, show guides. No, it's not that. Show origin. It's not that. Viewport. No. Group and lock icons. Rulers, guides. What is? Oh. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna leave that alone. It's on everything though. Like, let's go to this test scene. This is something Darren's working on. Look at that bad boy. Oh yeah, that's some hot stuff. So these are all. Let me see if I can get rid of the grid. Show. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So this gets rid of the grid. Look at that. That's just the vector art. The reliefs and everything are all done with normal maps. And then that's how we get these highlighting here. We get a natural, with the lights, we just automatically for free get the shadows and everything when we're using those normal maps. And the textures themselves look like if I open this up, how do I view the, oh, here we go. So this is like the texture right here. So it doesn't look like anything, but that normal map is being wrapped on top of it. That gives its heights. And suddenly you have something really cool. But what the hell is this red line? What is this? Because this is center right here. I have an off step so that we can easily place the player in the proper position. But what the F is this red line? Can I select it? View. Center. That's center. What is this? It's got to be something maybe Darren knows. View clear guidelines. Colorful, thank you. Clear. Nope. Okay, we can center on selection. Who are you? It's on the rulers. So it definitely has something to do with a ruler. Oh, see, I just dragged one out. Look at this. What the hell? Okay, so I did this. Oh, now it's gone. Okay. What is it? What is this? What is this that you can do here? You can like... Okay, it's gone now. Okay. I'll take it. That was weird. So apparently you can just pull one of these out, whatever they are. And then... Is there like... Can I do more than one? I can. Okay, how do I get rid of them? Clear guides. Oh, you did it. You were right. Clear guides got rid of it. Sorry, Colorful. I called you a liar. Thanks, man. Okay, so we're very close to actually being able to do our obstacles now. So ground entities, this modulation, we're setting the alpha to 0, so that it's always, we don't have to unclick and make it invisible, but we do need to on game run. So yeah. Oh, what I was saying though is this stuff we can get rid of. We don't need to do this here, except set, we do want to set cell. because we do use that. Okay. Now, if we go back here, this is the stuff where instead of saying area 2D new, we just call it by, because we know it exists. And so, I mean, we could say var equals, and then we go and look at the scene that we're using for sprites, which is right here. And we know it's going to be one level down. So we could say area 2D equals get node, and it's a child, so it'll be back forward area 2D. And then we'll do for collision shape, it'll be get node back forward area 2D collision shape 2D. So that should be that. Now we're talking directly to those. And now if we paint one in, just need to reload the scene so that the script is freshened up. Now if we paint this in, perhaps we shall have nothing. Okay, what happened on our debugger? Nothing. Okay, but there's the sprite. Now we know, let me just double check that conveyor has, ooh, I need to make sure, yeah, out to headset. Conveyor has a collision. It does. So we're not setting this right. Sprite. If sprite is the relative. Okay, let's just print out. Just to make sure. And we'll call it area 2D. Oops. Okay, and then we'll not save that. Defaults. And what do we have on the debugger? Ooh, it's all mad about all kinds of stuff. Null. Okay, so we're not calling the right thing. Ooh, it's mad about stuff. Area 2D isn't declared in current scope. Oh yeah. Okay. So this will need to happen there too. Okay, that's fine. We can get that. But what we care about is node not found relative to what the F? Okay, so then we'll go, oh, we gotta go object get node. Is that gonna do it? Let's see. Because we're relative to the scene tree when we try that. Let's see. Cannot get path of a node as it is not in a scene tree. Node not found relative to. Okay, let's ask ourselves a question. We're doing all this here. So we're not in the scene tree yet. So we have to run setup sprite after we add it to the scene tree. So we'll do it after we set the root. Okay, and then this might fix it. No. No, not found. Oh, in this case, it would be the child now. Because how do you do children? Let me do, trying to remember, node path. How do you do child? A is child immediate child of A. Okay, so yeah, it would be like that. Okay. Let's try again. Cross your fingers. Ooh, we're closer. There's our area 2D. Can't add child. Oh, we don't want to add it. Am I doing that somewhere? Oh, we don't want to add any of these. We're just setting the values because they're in there already. Okay. Oh, and you know what? Maybe we can. Maybe what I was doing wrong was hang on. Area 2D. This is add child. Oh, we're adding it to the tile map. We need to add the child to the object. I bet you I don't have to do any of this. Let me go back. Okay, sorry. So I bet I can do it how I was in code. Go like this, and then on the object, add the child. And let's go back to our scene and delete these two nodes. Oh, but this is what it's cloned from. But it's an instance of the scene. Right? So like if I delete these, no, it is ground entity sprite. Let's double check. Yeah, it's gone now. If this works, then it's not right. Because then it's going to change. It'll always be the last one that was the right one. So we'll see here. This might be a problem. We might have to stage the collision stuff on ready. We'll see. Okay, there's our. We want that visual there. That's a good sign. And yet, we're not seeing. That's weird. Okay, because it's not part of the pack scene. Okay. So what we'll do then, I'm starting to understand the problem. We don't need to, we can trust all this code here. So what we'll do is we need, okay. This stuff here, we're going to take out. Setup sprite is all we need for the visual and unless we happen to need, for some reason, to have that collision stuff show up in the editor on the scene tree, for now, what we'll do is we'll say, we'll get the size, and then we'll add child to ourself. This will do it when the game code runs, when we're actually playing the game. And I guess we could just go back and load the scene, save, just to make sure, and run. Number of shapes, tile set. The identifier cell ID is not declared in the current scoop. Okay, give me a second. Cell ID, blah, blah. So we'll go like that. Okay. And try again. Get cell V is not declared in current class. That's right, because we need to use the tile map. Getting there. Okay, now what does it matter about? Tile set. Well, how about like that? Okay, cool. So, the collision was not behaving though, because that should be pushing us down. So let's erase this. Save it. let's delete that node. I don't have the deletes and stuff working quite yet. So maybe I need to expose. Can I add because we have these editable children setting. So I'm wondering it with when I add it to the scene tree, can I do that? It's still going strong, getting there. Man, we're so close. Delete. Let's put it in. We're going to erase that. Okay, it's gone. Save. Put it in. Save. Okay, it's definitely set there. And let's just make sure that this is firing. Whoop, hang on. I pissed it off. There it is. Okay, so let's make sure this is firing on start. So we'll run again. Okay, so number of shapes. And we've got 1. And then we go and we make a new one. We grab the shape information. We've got it. We set the shape to our variable. We add that as the child. And then we put that on that scene. And now this should push us down. Okay. Now here's a question. Let's do a break on here. Maybe it's something I did with entity. Area shape entered. So let's just make sure. Let's ignore that. Do we have that firing? We do. Okay. So I must have broke something. Oh yeah, I commented it out when I was doing some other stuff. Okay, so now let's run it again. Because if this works, it's fine. We're adding those elements, the area 2D and the collision shape. Okay, so we're going over it, and it pushes us down. Great. Okay, so we're good. Now I just need to set up. I need to remove the correlating. Yeah, it's like a ghost bug. It's myself. All right, so we're good. We're getting there. Now I absolutely need to remember that this stuff. So this is good. I can keep this is flipped and get solid rotation are both here. And I don't think that these are going to be used in here. So what I'm going to do is comment this out. And we're going to just leave it in the editor. And just see if anything breaks when we start doing other stuff. But we're going to leave the code, and I'll make a comment for myself so that I know why I did this. And I'll say, these functions are moved to the tile map, commenting out to make sure. Ooh, and I already think effect direction, get direction. Okay, so I don't use those for that. I have get direction right here. Okay, cool. These functions are moved to the tile map, commenting out to make sure we don't break anything before deleting. Okay, so go like that. So yeah, so now all we got to do is on our tile maps here, we have our set cell here, and we're overriding the default. We're still calling it in certain conditions, but we're making sure that the distance between each of the tile maps is a certain spacing. Oh, the other thing we need to do is do whatever the equivalent in code is to this. Lock the selected object in place. So let's look that up. I think that would be just on the pure object on the top. Let's just look up the word locked. Is blocking. No. So it must be node. Lock. No. So is this lock the selected object in place? Let's look up the word lock in the search. Oops. Maybe it's a 2D, node 2D thing. All right, let's look at the sprite node 2D canvas item. Maybe it's canvas item. Nope. Maybe they call it something else. Maybe they call it something else. Because we're locking, so maybe the word I need to be looking for is move. So let's go back to node 2D. Move local X. Okay, so that's not there. What about node? Move child. Well, that's a problem. Lock selected. Okay, it's definitely... Okay, so this is the toolbar. Tools. So I'm wondering if it is an editor thing. Well, let's for now I'm gonna add this as a lock position of newly added sprites. I'll know what that means. And spacebar. No. How do I go? Come on. Get me out of a new... I don't want a new card. Let me get out of it. Stop. There we go. And we'll call this... I'm going to call it a bug. We'll add a label. It's not quite a bug, but I don't know how to fix it, so I'm going to call it a bug. Okay. So that's something I don't want to forget about, because I don't want to accidentally do this where I select the sprite, whoops, and then like drag it, because that's going to mess everything up. We do have the name, so I could do like an onReady on here to like reset the table if these get like moved around, but I'd rather not. And you know, the other thing I could possibly do is there a way to make it so that In code, you can't change the position. Like, could I override? Yeah, I bet I could. I bet I could override set position. And that's absolutely going to be, is it canvas item that has position? No. It's got to be node 2D. Scale. There's position. All right, so the setter. So let's override the setter. We're going to go func set position. But see, I don't know if this is going to fire, and it's going to have value. And then we're going to say, cool, thanks for the value. We're not going to do anything with that. So what we'll do is we'll just pass our previous position. So we'll go, this is sending it up to the actual original call. And then we'll say set position, position. Okay. So that it's always what it was. And maybe this will work. So let's reopen. Let's try dragging it around. Nope. All right, how about, so there's move, undo, move canvas item. So that's different. Move canvas item. So that means that it's this function. Move. Move canvas item. Move canvas item. Is that its own? Well, we can always, like, I can just do set position and then never call the actual set. But if something is modifying it without, so move canvas item. Transform node 2D. Move canvas item. Let's go back to node 2D and just search canvas item. Canvas modulate. No, that's colors. Canvas item. Is there a signal for move? Draw, hide. Emitted when the item rect has changed. Let's see. Yeah, the problem is I'm still having a hell of a time having my scripts fire when I would expect them to. It is a vec2. All right, well, let me just spit out, because we should at least, set positions should give us debug value. So we should see this in the debug window on the bottom here if I move something around now. In theory. And we don't. This is what I'm talking about, where it feels like a lot of the... And just to make sure we're associated with... Okay, that's weird. Oh, it finally opened. Okay, so we know for a fact, for instance, that I'm overwriting set cell here. So we can do this. We are pulling the value for set position. So is it transform? Is set transform what's firing? So... because that would be all of this. So maybe that's what's happening. So let's do set transform and just see if that's what's firing. Don't save. And now... nope. Move local Y. Well, we're going to have to... You know, what we could do is go... because the cell name has the position. No, but we want to make sure... because, like, right now, if I were to do print... debug here, this is what I'm talking about, where the set script doesn't seem to behave the way I'd expect it. So sprite, right? So print debug, so we should have sprite, and then we have here on ready, and we'll print debug, and we'll say tile map. Now I should see, when I open up the default scene, I should see sprite and tile map down here, but all I ever see is tile map. So it's like the associated script isn't firing on the scene in here. So it's like I can't do any of the script stuff. But parts of it are. So I have it extended as a tool. And so if I export this cell value, right, and then I close and reopen, now we have that here, which is good because that's one thing we for sure want. But then if I need to do anything where I set some stuff here, how do I know the script's going to run? Because it isn't, for instance. Like right now, technically should be the name. We take the name and we turn it into a variable again, a vec2, and then we set the cell value to that. And it's not doing that here. So how do I make sure that, is it simply that, like, let's take player here, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll print debug player, And so we have, is it because it's an instance scene that for some reason the script doesn't fire? Tile map. Yeah, that's the reason. So if I load into here, like if I double click and go into the scene, does it fire? There's the attached resource. Wait a second. Ground entity sprite. Oh, shoot. That explains it. Maybe? No? Detach script. Save. Go back. If you have it set up as a tool, yes. So if you've got tool, then ready will fire when you open a scene up, if that is part of the scene. But it looks like if it's an instanced scene in the scene tree, that onReady does not fire. Like if I did, let's try this. We'll make local. So now if I save, reopen, it still doesn't fire the dang script. Let's try. This isn't making any sense. All right, I'm going to detach the script. I'm going to manually attach the script. For conveyor. Load. Save, close, reopen. Still not firing. Why won't you die? Let's see. No. That was the problem I was having all last stream, dude. For some reason, when I'm adding it to the scene tree, like, when I'm doing that in game code, yeah. But if I'm adding it to the scene tree, I can't call any of the functions or anything. And it's acting like that right now still. God, it's like something's overwriting something. Okay, let's get rid of this. Whoa. Yeah, normally, like, when the game's running and I instantiate something, I can immediately call the functions on it. But when I'm adding it to what they call the scene tree here, not the viewport, then I can't call the function. And I was beating my head against the wall all last stream trying to figure that out. And finally, that was my workaround, was what I just did at the start of this stream, which was to have this setup happen right here instead of in the object's functions. I could never get it to fire. And still now, I'm manually, now let's try this. Let's add a sprite manually. Okay. And then I'm going to attach a script, and we're going to go grab the stage editor, ground entities, and we're going to go conveyor, right? So now I'm manually specifying that it's using this script when I'm adding it all by hand. Okay. Now we'll go back into the scene tree, and it's still not firing. So why is this showing up? Why is this showing up? Tile map hello on ready right here. But if I'm doing that to any of these other scripts where I've got, wait, where did it go? Print debug sprite hello. It simply is not. So let's load it up again. Yeah, there's tile map hello. But where's my sprite hello? Well, yeah, it will. It will because it will. That will happen. But the problem with that is it's not going to change the scene tree here. It's going to change what they call the viewport, which is the game's running scene tree. So, this is just bizarre, though. Like, let me just write a new script. Here. We'll clear this out. Well, for example, let's just make a new. What we'll do is we've got ground here. Let's associate the same script that I have. So we've got, what's it called? Ground entities tile map. So we'll load ground entities tile map script on the ground, this tile map. Now if I open this up, it's going to say tile map twice in the output in the debug. Yep. The fudge! So it's like, it's almost like it's specific to the sprite. Like, is it something about a sprite where ready won't fire? So like, let me do a brand new, okay, we'll add a child node. We'll call it a sprite. Let me just do a whole new script. Maybe there's something about my script that's funky. Attach script, state, okay, so we'll go here, and we'll just call it delete me dot GD, okay, inherit sprite, okay, here's our fresh one, print debug, if this works, I will jump out a window. Okay, and then we'll oh yeah, we do need to add the sprite again, sorry. And associate the script. Attach the script. And it's, where is it? Scripts. Delete me. There we go. Delete me. Load. Okay, so we've attached this script. Now we'll save the scene, reload. It doesn't load. So it's something specific to sprite. Wow. All right, let's try. Okay, I mean, we're getting somewhere. I might have to open a bug. Let's try animated sprite. And we'll attach a script. And we'll call it, let's get rid of this. Delete me. Okay. And it's inheriting animated sprite. And then we'll say print. Oh my gosh, if I've been if I've been fighting something that works, I will be shocked. No, it's okay. It's something. Oh, it's okay. We don't have it set as tool, so we'll do tool. Ooh, oh man, I'm gonna be pissed because I have it as tool. Works. Okay, so now let's do. Sorry, I gotta do it one more time. We're gonna do a fresh sprite. Attach the script. Sure, let's delete me. And we're just going to put it in there. Create. Okay, we're going to go tool, ready, print debug. Jump out window. Okay, save. We want to save the scene, close it, reopen. Jump out window. Oh no, this is a worse problem than I was hoping it would be. Oh no. Oh, Padre. Oh, Father. This is bad. Why is this happening? Okay, so. Shit. Okay. This is not good. Because it means that... Oh, whoops. All right, I already got it. I already got the long workaround going. I do have it set up as a tool. So why? All right. We have this guy. I'll delete. So we've got this script here, right? Jump out window, right? Now we're deleting this node and this one. So now if we open it up again, it's just a weird bug. Okay, so jump out window isn't showing. We have this script here that's not firing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to clear the script, detach script, save. Okay. Now we'll attach the script, and we're going to do this delete me one. And then this is the one that says jump out window. And I have nothing else added to it. Okay, now we're going to save the scene, close, reopen. There it is. Okay. So there's two scenarios that are likely. Let's try some things here. We're going to delete this node altogether. There's a few things that are possibly going on. Okay, so we're gonna pop this in. No. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, get rid of all this. Here's what we're gonna do. Delete nodes. We've got it's under scenes right now. Delete me. So we're gonna copy the path. And just to see if maybe the problem is I've got something in my script that is causing this problem. We're going to attach, we'll manually specify. No. Well, maybe that's it. Okay, I have a thought. But first we'll try this. We're gonna manually specify the path, right? We're gonna load this script onto the instanced sprite. And now it's not working. Of course. Load. Oh. Because it's a okay. What the fuck? Oh God. I'm gonna get okay. Let's look up load. Is that a GDScript? I believe it is. Load string path resource. Okay, so why didn't it like... God, I hate how it bombs out without... Like, the thing about testing them when you run them as tools is you don't get breakpoints, you don't get any of that stuff. So scenes, delete me, copy path. Okay. Now, if I manually add this, like this, just like I'm looking at that example, then it doesn't work. Oops. There it is. Okay. So now it's associating to this script. Now we're going to save the scene, close, reopen. There's jump out window. So now I know something about my script might be the problem. But here's the other thought I had though. See these quotes? And this is going to be really going to piss me off if this is what it was. So the thing about what I've got here and here is I didn't put them in quotes. So I'm going to put it in quotes right now. This is going to piss me off if this was what it was. Cuz it like the IDE knows to show me what it is I'm asking it, but if this was I'm be so pissed. I'm going to be pissed. All right, reloading and put it in. There it is. The script association is now broken. So it is something about my script. It's not some weird... Okay, so let's get rid of these quotes because that doesn't need to be there. Okay. Something about either this or... Okay, we have process there. That doesn't need to be there. Something about this code or... I'm beginning to wonder if it's because it extends another class. So let's try this. We'll do ground. We'll just we'll do just ground entities. So I mean, I'm starting to figure. At least I'm in the wheelhouse of what the problem is. Ground entities. We're going to copy that path. And then we'll say conveyors uses ground entity. Okay, so now if we open... Oh. Okay, it doesn't like that apparently. Scenes, stages, default. There it is. And is it associated with ground entity? Yes, it is. Okay, so there's that. Let's close. Open it up again. Sprite hello. Okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. So here's the question. Is it because we're extending something else? Is that the problem? So how do we figure that out? Well, we can simply delete this guy, and what we'll do is we'll associate it back to conveyor. So copy the path, put it into conveyor, save, and then we'll just get rid of the extends here. Okay, we'll save that. I don't, this function's not going to work, so we'll just call it, comment that out and go vector 2. Okay, so that should be fine. And then, yeah, and then if we pop a new one out, oh, okay, so apparently Well, that's going to be fun to deal with too. There we go. So now we're pointing to... Okay, we're pointing to conveyor. And save the scene, close, reopen. Okay, so it's definitely not that. Huh. Is it because I don't have it set as tool here? Is that it? Let's, I think that's what it was. That's what it was. We got it, boys. Pack it up. Well, shit. Sorry for cussing, but that means that everything I was trying to figure out yesterday was a complete waste of time, because now I bet I can call the effing functions, because these are gonna fire when I add a new one. How much you want to bet? So if I go print, well, maybe we'll see. Print debug. Taco, and we save, and then we go and we add a new entity, a new one, bloop. Okay, so that didn't fire, but that doesn't mean that it won't when we open it up. Taco. I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed right now. Look at that. There's the collisions. And that means that the set position I can get to fire too now. So like I can cause, we can at least know if we can set it to, so if I go function set position value. Okay, well I you know, live and learn. And then we go set position and we just set it to our prior position. Like I was trying to, then we should be golden in not allowing the, no. Okay, but can we at least get a print? Can I get a print? Set position. Let's just see if that fires. Let's see when we move you. No. Okay, well, whatever. This is something else. But now I know. All right, we beat our way through it. So the problem was, because I was extending this script here, I assumed that the parent tool meant... But it makes sense because ready always fires from the children first. Okay, so let's get this back then. And now, out of curiosity, after we attach, let's just do a test function before I start going down the route of assuming. So we'll do test, and when we're just going to say test print debug, and we're going to say, yes, you can call a function after attaching a script. Okay, so then we'll go over here, and we're going to copy that, and we're going to go, so here's where we set the script, and we'll go object.test. Okay, so close, reopen, and we'll just set a new tile. Yes, you can call a function after attaching a script. Oh, man, I'm so pissed. Oh. Well, now I know. Can I... Okay, here's a question. Can I call ready? Because if I can... I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed. So, print debug. Yes, you can call ready. Don't save. Okay, we don't trust that right now because we just want to make a new one. Pop it out. Non-existent function conveyor 37 is self-flip based nil. Is self-flip. Right, because cell. That was get direction. That makes sense. Because that's how they're ready. And that's what I'm asking to run. And that's coming from here. We're going get direction up here. And it doesn't know, because child ready fires first. Okay. Gosh, what a waste of time. So I'm going to get rid of all this. I'm so pissed. And let's look at our... Should I just undo it all? Okay, well, before I go drastically doing that, let me copy this, because this is what we're going to have to replicate anyways. And then we'll go the... Okay. So what I'm going to do is we'll add this function. Okay. And then we're going to go, we can get rid of object inside all of this. We don't need, because it's all relative again. Okay, and then we will keep, let me go back here and look at the changes, and then we're just going to keep, not tile map, we're going to go entity, and we'll keep all this, these functions here. Thank goodness for get, am I right, guys? Okay. Actually, these need to be before get direction, where they were originally, I believe. So function is flipped and get cell rotation. Okay. And let's just double check the comparisons. Yeah. Okay. And we'll go back here. And the only difference is I pass cell now on these. And then obstacle tile map is something that we want to set. But we do have on ready. So here's the question. This is the ultimate question. This is the ultimate. One of the things that I was certain should have been working yesterday and it wasn't, and it was because of this, possibly, is I thought if I set the script before I had added the child, that the onReady stuff would fire then. So let's set the script early. Okay, and then we're just going to not do the sprite setup. Okay, and I think we're probably going to have some errors. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, isn't granted, yeah. Is flip line 52. Yeah. So it doesn't know about this and it doesn't know about this, but we don't call. Oh, we do up here. Okay, let's not do that then. Okay. Now, okay, so we're good on that. Let's delete these. And we'll clear out this area here. And then we'll fire. Okay, so. Oh, I uncommented set script. Let's get rid of this. Okay, now we'll make sure. Well, I'm doing a lot of the same stuff again and again in 3 streams, but it's good. It's all good. Parse script. Script isn't fully loaded. Okay, well, if we know, so for instance, we know this is true. We call it tile map. We're using that here. Tile map, tile set. Okay. Now we'll call setup sprite here. And if we need to delay the call, that's fine too. So we have setup sprite on ourself here. Okay. Now, can we do this before we add it to the scene or after? Let's see. Okay, it's definitely not happy about that. Non-existent function in setup sprite. Are you fudging kidding me? I just did. Okay. Let's calm down for a second. There it is. I just did a test of this. So do we need to set the script after we add the child? Or do we need to call the function? Okay, we'll just try this. Save and close. Okay, there it is. It's right here. This is exactly what I was dealing with yesterday. I just undid a whole bunch of stuff because I was testing a function call. I just did this. Okay. Okay. I'm a little pissed right now because I just did this. Function taco. Right? Print debug taco. Okay. Now I just tested this where I went taco. Now let's put this here. Okay. We'll delete these. You gotta be kidding me. Maybe it's because this get direction. I just did this. I just did this. What is different? Let's rewind here. There it is. I did it test. That's how I did it originally. Okay. So we'll do taco. We'll get rid of this. Because that doesn't need to be there. Everything else is identical. We have a function called taco here. Okay. Okay. I really feel like I'm losing it right now. All right. Now the only thing I'm keeping this in because I mean, to be fair, I am setting the call it test. Okay. And you know, I'm so pissed right now. Okay, let me just, now it's broken again. That was so clearly a fix. Tile map hello. Ready should be firing. And it isn't. Now let's go to these guys here. Okay, so for sure, so I'm wondering if when I brought this stuff back, yeah, see, it's referring to tile map. I'll bet you anything. I bet if I get rid of these for now, and I just have this, I bet there's just like a broken. Oops. Yes, you can call ready. Okay, so when I was adding these back in, something broke the code again. And I suspect, yeah, I'm calling obstacle tile map. That's not set to anything. So something in this is busting it. And this is waiting on ready. So maybe set up sprite, we should pass the tile map. We'll just call it tile map. Not have that. Now, where else are we using this? So we'll call it obstacle tile map for this. Setup sprite tile map. Now here's a question. Okay. These are using obstacle tile map. Get direction is using tile map. So I believe, let me just see. All right, it's making sense. It's just being really picky about, like, it will not give me an error message if there's certain things wrong with the script. And I can't run breakpoints. So let's try, so he sets the script here. Let's just try setting the tile map to self here. And then we'll go back and open it up again. Tile map hello. Did we get? We didn't get this one. Okay, so let's just delete that. We don't need that anymore. So we want this to fire and it isn't. Okay, this is not going to work on ourself. Map to world needs to be the tile map. Cell size needs to be the tile map cell size. So those two could be the culprits. Oh, this should be tile. Call it plural. There we go. Okay, we're good again. Now, lines 12 and 19 are a problem. On what? Add effect. See, this is the this is the part where there's clearly some brokenness with a, because this is, it's talking about line 19 in this script, and then in the parent script line 12. Okay. But this ready is firing. Okay, there's taco. And the setup script, now we can run the setup script. So we'll do setup sprite and then pass the tile map. So instead of test, we'll do setup sprite, pass self. And we might not even need to do that because of some other stuff. Get rid of these. Okay. So it is extremely picky. And there's our sprite. All properly, all happy. So now in theory, let's close this, reopen. Non-existent function get cell v. Oh, that's got to be sprite. Get cell v. Is that? This doesn't save. So we'll use this. And there we go. Okay, getting there. Tile map. So can I do this like this? Not pass it, do the on ready, and still be okay. And we'll go back over here and get rid of self. That doesn't need to exist. And let's try opening obstacle, parse error, obstacle tile map is not obstacle. I'm not talking to it. So we can get rid of these here, and it's in a much more logical spot again. Gosh. Man, that was a 3 days and one little extra guy on a child. Because I thought that the parent, like all it needed was the parent to say it was a tool. Nope. Anything that extends it has to say it. Okay, so we done pissed it off again. So maybe we do need to pass self. And then we'll call it from tile map. And we'll put all these in here. And then we'll go here and we'll do set up sprite self. And we won't save. I broke it again. There's tile maps all over. What did I do wrong? Oh, okay. Ground entity is referring to... It keeps saying this thing about obstacle tile map, but okay, let me just... I'm having to do so many weird, just refreshing of things to make sure... Okay, so it's still talking about obstacle tile map on line 49. Here we go. Okay, so this needs to be tile map. No, but is flipped is going to mess up. How much you want to bet? Okay, we'll delete these. Go back here. Erase any possible. Okay. Non-existent function, right. 49, right. Right, because it doesn't so maybe I can do this. I don't like it. But this should only call on startup anyways. Save and close. Yes, you can call already. Okay, so everything is working right now. Okay, so now we pop, and no, nothing. Oh, that's because, yeah, it was already set. Okay, we're golden. Jesus. 6 hours, 3 days. Okay, but I learned an immense amount of things. Very much. Okay, what about when we run the game? Felipe, how's it going? Yeah, I think we've all been there. The question is whether you give up or not. Do you give up? You know? One thing I have learned is when I was younger, I used to think, oh, it's impossible. Like, I can't do this thing. It's not possible. But almost everything is possible in code because, like, if it's Turing complete, then, like, basically you can do anything. Like, can you put pixels on the screen? Yes, no? Okay, then you can basically do anything. It's just like, how are you going to get there? And, you know, like in the case of an engine, you're stuck with some of its behaviors and things. And so, like, yeah. Okay. Whoa. We got it. Now, so there's that. Here's our sprite. There's our exposed variables. Exactly. And, you know, good documentation certainly helps. But this was just like a behavioral thing. The child, I just never thought that the child would need to, I would need to add this little tool call to make it exposed to, like that would somehow break. And it's also partly the fault of the engine for not just yelling at me at the right things. Like, it should be a little more expressive about what I'm doing wrong, but I get why, because I'm actually expanding the editor in itself, like as it's running. So I get why it can be a little picky. I sure hope 4 is a little more verbose with these sort of messages. And I'm beginning to wonder, did I set up? Watch, I'm going to be mad at myself if I didn't have the editor on verbose. What is it? Debug. Oh, it's not on. Who knows? This could have told me what was wrong this whole time. But I almost don't want to know. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. All right. Well, we're there. We got it. So I still need to know. I wonder, this is the thing. One of the things I want to figure out is it possible to set the lock on something in code? Because I'm just, I don't think it is because it's not an option here. So, well, I should say it should be, but I'm guessing that I need an actual editor tool to be able to lock specific objects. So it's going to be one of these things in these, like it might be, who knows, editor property, checkable. Focusable. Editor resource. No. I'll look around. It's got to be possible, but I might actually have to write a kind of a weird plugin to be able to tell it. Like when we select here, I do know that the selection has changed. And that's because I have that plugin going. So I could where did I put it? Oh, it's in script plugins up here. Yeah. Okay, so here's the code. So selection changed. And we're going from editor plugin. So that's where we're starting from. So, and then I use selection, which is get selection, which comes from editor interface, which uses get editor interface. Okay, so this is where we get started from it. And then we use get selection to get the selected node. Editor selection. And then get selected nodes, which is just an array of nodes. So unless there's a way in one of these here to lock it, I'm not sure that I'll actually be able to do that. Because what I want is when you paint the tile and it creates the sprite in the tree, that it locks it automatically. Like that. So that we can't accidentally move it around. Or if I can somehow force the position to stick. So those are the questions. All right, so let's just finish up the code a bit. I did it, Dominic. I finally got it all worked out. Move the code back to a logical spot for it. And yeah, this missing tool here was why we couldn't call script functions when we would add the script to an object that we were adding to the scene. So now we can call that setup sprites function. So it's not all a loss. The code I would have had to have, like that function I would have had to have made anyways, you know? So I'm not totally heartbroken. Just a little bit heartbroken. Okay, so now we're going to do the other stuff that I was talking about, which is to say that we were going to do on set tile if we were deleting, erasing. Okay, so if we're erasing the set tile, then we need to go and make a variable called cell name. And then we're going to go vector 2xy. And we know that it's going to be a sibling. So we got to go get node ... slash and okay, so this needs to be string to var, no, var to string, and then we go, and this will be I don't like naming variables the type cell That'll work. Var cell name. Now we do cell object equals that. Now let's just make sure we do actually get the object. Debug. Okay, and then we go reopen. Okay, let's set something. Ooh. Ooh, this gets called a whole bunch. That's interesting. Why is that? Okay. Okay, so something about it isn't happy. Let's print out, let's just pretend like we were trying to use this as a name and see what we get. So let's erase that. Dot, dot, dot. Vector. These don't exist. Node not found. Of course not. Why is it cycling through all these? That's weird. Is there... Well, here's one that I didn't unset. Whoa! Is that part of it? No. Whoa! What the heck just happened? Let me get rid of all these. Vectors. What is it talking about? These ones way down here. 15? What does it care about? That is so weird. Okay. We'll add it in. Okay, so for one thing for sure, that we could do is get cell on the X and the Y. So and I might be able to use the okay, so then we'll go if get cell v. Now is this tile invalid? Invalid cell. Why is it trying to do anything to cells that don't exist? That's weird. Okay, so if there's a cell, then we attempt to delete. But first, let's just make sure this isn't going to make a nasty, because this is spitting out all kinds of stuff. Okay, now we'll go and erase. Okay. So now, why didn't we print anything there? Was there actually anything there? Maybe there wasn't. So we're adding. Uh-oh. Oh my God, this is going to be such a pain in the ass when it breaks. What did I do wrong? Why won't you tell me what I did wrong? Get cell v. That makes no sense. I'm literally doing it here. It's cranky. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's, you know, I am writing my own plugin, but yeah, I wish it wasn't so cranky because like normally if I'm doing game code, I'm not running into these like weird moments. And see, I'm wondering, why is it talking about this cyclical thing? Another resource is loaded from the path. So I'm wondering if that might be why it's so unclear. And maybe why it's firing twice. Get cell v. What is it talking about? It absolutely is. Let's go to tile map. All right, just to be sure, we're extending tile map, right? Let's go to tile map. Jimmy, go ahead and pull up the tape. Where's the tile map? Maybe it isn't. Oh. No. Oh, I typed it wrong. It was absolutely correct. Golly. Oh, this is when I know I need to stop. Okay, so there's our guy. Let's clear out our window here. Okay, so still spitting out no not found. Of course not, because it's not set. Now get cell v. What is it going to return? It returns a -1. So we want to make sure that it does not equal invalid cell, which is the enumerator for -1. Okay. Don't save. All right, now we're back in business a bit. There's that, and there's that. And how did we look? Much better. Okay, so that's the one we want to delete. So now we've got the proper cell object. So now we can go and say get node, and it didn't complain. It didn't complain about getting that node. And now we can go kill the node. So I've actually never done that. I don't know how. Okay, so presumably I don't know. Something about child or remove or let's see, we got a bunch of childs. Add child, get child, remove child, node. Okay. And you know what? We don't even need this weird, we don't even need this. Okay, because we can go get parent, remove child, and then we can say get node, remove child, get node, child object. We want to remove this. Okay, so now let's delete this. Try again. Whoops. Oh, this is some graphics, some stuff we're working on. This is all Darren, and these are just vectors, and we're using normal maps for the lighting. So these different lights, you can see how it's messing with the shadows. And yeah, so I mean, eventually it's going to look like a real game. Once I get my act together. Okay, so we've added and we've deleted. Yes! All right, so, whoa, why are you one down? What was that about? Maybe let's see, let's just make sure. Okay. That was weird. I'm just like stress testing it. All right. Okay, there's a weird leftover. Well, it was. I just got so used to not listening to it. At least that time. All right, let's commit a bunch of code. Sweet. Okay. Finally. Okay, so now we can... Next stream. I promise. It's really happening. We're actually going to be making obstacles. There's nothing left. It's really going to happen next stream. So... Darren's been here the whole time, rolling his eyes. All right. We got it. We got it. Oh, gosh. Once we get his art in here. Oh, yeah. Because, like, all we got to do is get a couple obstacles in here. We can start messing around with, like, the size of everything and figure some of that stuff out. And, like, what is everything going to do? And one of the major things that I know I kind of want to figure out is whether or not we have that continuous movement that Pac-Man does. Yeah, it's going to look good. All right, so let me start. Let's start getting this in. Ground entity sprite. I didn't end up using this, so we're going to just dump it. And this is our refactor. So what am I going to say about a lot of this? Visible, false. We got rid of that. Now, see, this is the weird kind of thing where I do need to be able to specifically know whether or not we're running in the viewport or in the scene tree. And so I got to figure out how to do an if statement so that I can set visible to false when we're in the viewport. Yeah. All right, so we've got this. We've added some things. Okay, we'll delete this. We'll undo that. This test one we'll get rid of. Get rid of delete me. Game. That's right. I got rid of some of the debug stuff. Conveyor. We can... do you guys hear that, Pac-Man? Okay, get direction. We're going to keep that in there. I think that's going to restore a bug, actually. Let me just make sure. All right. How's everybody doing tonight, though? Darren's like, I need to hurry up and make some tile maps now. Is everyone doing good? Okay, so let me go back to what I was doing. I was staging this. Yeah, so this all looks good. So plugin. That was just some plugin stuff that I was doing. All right, I'm just gonna discard that, discard this. These were the renames for them, so we'll keep that. We're gonna stage the default. Okay, because that has the new, we need the sprite. And okay, so all of this we're gonna say is instancing packed sprite scene that clones the tile map sprite for level editing, and also deleting them as well when they are deleted from the tile map. So there's a lot of little edge cases that I'll need to add some code for. We're gonna push this out right now. Oh, don't do this. I need to do a pull. Apparently there's been some changes. Whew. Okay, now I can push. Whew. Okay. Okay. Reload. Sweet. Yeah, Darren, I guess if you want to pull those down, you should be able to. Started messing around with crypto and NFTs. Oh, those are the, yeah. On top of everything else. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the NFTs or whatever. I know. I don't know. I don't know anything about them as vaguely as I grasp everything about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I can barely hold an idea. You know what all of this stuff kind of reminds me of in a little bit, sometimes like trying to learn it, is it feels like you're learning about physics, where the observable world behaves in a certain way, but then when you find out the layer beneath it, the physical layer, like the physics layer, like none of it makes any sense. Like a matter is passing through matter, and like all of it, and you're just like, what? Feels like that. All right, so that's a big deal right there, guys. I'm gonna go. I guess we could try rating somebody. I don't know. I'm too small. I don't have enough people. We got 3 people here, but we don't have enough chat. We're not chatty enough, I don't think, to rate anybody. But I could try. We could try. You could try. You would not be successful. So let's go home. How do I go to twitch.tv?
I mean, I do love Drake and Green Day, dude. Anything Green Day.
This guy likes Drake and Green Day. Whoops. Ad block. What is going on, man? Twitch.tv. Okay. Oh, wow. 328 viewers.
Oh, shit.
Oh, of course, there's somebody's potty mouth right on the front page of Twitch. Good job, Twitch. IRL. Well, that's always risky, too. So let's do game development. That's one of my... Here we go. Past videos live. Nothing. Game programming. Nothing. How about programming? Jeez. These guys have so many viewers. Must be like a hacker thing. How about just game dev? Here we go. French. We can finish this. Pirate mode. Game dev tycoon. That's not what we want. Oh, they're both playing game dev tycoon. Science and technology. All right, let's do science and technology. Whoa. How do we... Viewers low to high. Whoa. What is all? Watch me fail my first PC build. Research. No mic. Some React. Blockchain music. Rhinos. Helping someone make a project. You gotta check that out real quick.
We don't have that though. So is that an OpenSSL thing? Probably. I mean, we just removed that file. So why is it here? Because we probably exclude it after we include it.
Didn't I do them? I feel like I did her before. I'm pretty sure I did. I feel like I did. Okay, we'll do her. No villain. Nova villain. All right. Ooh, enemy AI. That sounds fun.
All right, so that's that, and then this is a player.
Okay.
Okay, we could have just used your thing. There was no need for us to do that.
Okay, so we're gonna do Nova villain, and how do I get back to? Hang on, I gotta do some slash something, right? Slash hack sor. Is it slash raid? Raid channel.
Acceleration may actually do it on its own, but this could even be
all right.
Better tweak.
Here we go.
And then target.
So what do I do?
Still don't confuse with it.
This is what I don't know.
It does it on its own, so that's the agent.
Okay. And so now what it says ready to raid. What do you guys see? I'm just curious because I've never been in the I've never been on the receiving end of like you say hi. But do I hit raid now and then do I keep streaming? What do I what? All right. Well, anyways, I'll say hi. I'm going to hit raid now. I'm thinking you guys aren't going to see my stream after that. I think that's how that works. Don't know. But yeah, have a good one. And until tomorrow, I guess.
But I feel like we don't need that anymore because of this.
All right.
So
here we go.
It used to be updated. Yeah, well, this is updated. This whole thing is updated. This entire thing is being updated. Yeah, there we go. I guess outside, before we move to that point, the enemy will not care and continue running towards the initial point. Wait, that is final. Where the current is leaving.
All right.
If I